Andrea, for me, you've done something unique. You are, first of all, a popular owner of Leeds United, but more broadly, a popular owner, which is almost unheard of. How have you achieved that?
Well, I think I'm just myself. I'm trying to keep the way I am, and I was before being an owner. I keep doing what I do, and I was a big supporter, a big football fan in my life when I was younger, a big football passion. So I try to keep remembering how people feel on the other side. So I'm trying to be.
Supporters, Andrea, in general, don't like the owner. Leeds United, historically, have never had a popular owner. But you've changed that. Yeah. Can you put your finger on it?
Of course. I mean, I changed because I achieved the goal. I brought back the club where it belongs. So I think result is what changed the opinion, public opinion. Obviously, the first year I was not that popular as I am now.
You've also, in your tenure, managed to change the name of your club as well. How have you, hasn't it? You've gone from dirty Leeds to Leeds.
To nice Leeds. No, actually, I'm quite impressed. Recently, I saw on social media very often, actually, also TalkSport made a program about that Leeds became a second team for many youngsters in the country, and I think it's make me very proud because it means that we play good football. Normally, you choose the second team with the best football and the best style of the team, so I'm very proud of that.
What was you said you were a fan when you were a young. What was your team?
Yeah, I was a big Juve fan. Yeah,
really?
Actually, the first time I arrived in Ella Road, I remember that the first attention I got was a shirt of Leeds United back in the 70s, and next to it a shirt of Juventus, and that captured my attention, and it was the giant, the big giant, John Charles that played for Juve and Leeds.
Yeah.
So my first moment impact with the club was fantastic, also because of that.
See, part of being nice Leeds, I think, is an often forgotten gesture. And I've always been interested in what your reaction was. As Bielsa gives Aston Villa a goal that in effect consigns you to another year in the Championship. A wonderful, wonderful act of sportsmanship. But as the owner, did you share the decision?
Well, that it wasn't explained, I think, in details. I mean, we're supposed to score 10 goals difference to have an hope to be promoted. So in effect, it didn't change the result. But I was actually in that moment in favor and supportive of the decision because it was a fair decision. Yeah, even if honestly, I think it should be the referee to stop the football and no one else in the game, not just the players themselves. But it was the right decision to do.
And how do you get on with Bielsa? How is your working relationship?
It's good. I think maybe because we don't meet and talk every day, but it's no. I think besides joke, I'm happy. I'm working very well. Actually I learn a lot from him. At the same time, I think I try to give him also support and balance. He's a person that is really fully immersed in his day-to-day job. And so I need to give him comfort, and we have a good relationship, and especially in the moment of key decisions, especially in the market transfer. Myself, him and Victor Horta, we work very well aligned.
Everybody says he's different. Is he? And if so, how?
It's fully immersed in his job, he's very detailed, he's obsessed in somehow. So obviously when someone is obsessed about something, and I'm same in my job, sometimes you need to keep this the positive pressure, don't make it become stress. Otherwise, it's not a motivation anymore. If it becomes stress, it can be negative to the team. But so far, he did well. I think the players I follow him, and still in his third season, the group and the core of the team is believing a lot in what he's doing.
And how is the first month or so being back in the Premier League? Has it been everything you hoped it would be?
Even better, yeah, because I think everybody was questioning how Bielsa, how the team, how our player would fit in the Premier League, and I think every game we've been competitive. I mean, we lost.
You've been more than competitive.
Yeah. I think we maybe lost a point with Wolf. They are a strong team, a good side, and we did other good teams, so good matches. So let's hope for tonight because it's a very important game and it's difficult.
Part of being back is, of course, to grow. I read your ambition has no limits. What is it possible for Leeds to achieve with Bielsa as coach and yourself as owner?
Well, I think by grade, by phase. I think this moment we need to focus the next couple of years to stay in Premier League. We all know this club is massive. This brand is well known everywhere. So if we stay in Premier League with the opportunity that this club can build, then really we can aim to become to stay just next to the top 6. So I think we have a potential growth over the next 3-5 years. And Bielsa is putting the base and the solid foundation for even the future without him.
Oh, he has. I was just going to say, how confident are you in these 3-5 years that Bielsa would be there? But you are planning for life after, and should he decide to go?
Yeah, I hope he can stay with us long, but we like to decide every year, year by year, because obviously, as I said in other interview, he's not a young manager. He's 65, and his family, his wife, often is in Argentina.
Excuse me, 65 is not old.
Yeah,
I tell you.
It's actually the next.
You're talking to the wrong people.
It's the new 40.
Yes,
it's the new 40.
correct.
60 are the new 40 in these days. But no, beside that, we decide every year. Hopefully, he can stay longer. But even if not, I think what is building is the foundation for a proper club. And I say that really convinced of his job, because not only what you can see every game, but what he has done in terms of changing the facilities and the work ethic, the method really reflect what I wanted to do it in the club. So I'm very pleased with his job.
Does he speak English?
A little, he understands, but it is, I think I know why, because he's a man of that weight every single word he says. So he feels more comfortable to speak in his native language, because everything he says is important and give value to it. Not like myself or many other people that can maybe lose some time in meaning.
Can you do me a little favour and encourage him maybe to
improve.
Speak English? We would really like to hear him
I
in
think
our mother tongue, if that's possible.
It will be difficult, but I try.
Yeah, it will be difficult.
Broader than Leeds United, what do you make of the big picture? And are Leeds one of the clubs that should, were it to happen, should be involved in a European Super League?
Well, I already said my opinion in the media. I'm happy to share it again. I think this top club that been involved in this potential idea, I think was a mistake to discuss what they are not happy outside of the boardroom, outside of the league, because there is a place to discuss within the Premier League owners and clubs, and everybody can be listen and think and can be try to improve, and all want to be improved. But they don't have to forget that the reason why the owner like top club, they don't need to forget that the reason why the value of this club now is 4 or 5 times since the time they invested is because of the union of the league and the great job the management of the league and the league itself staying together made to become the #1 league in the world.
Yeah, see, I kind of confused the two things with that one question, because the big picture is more for the domestic market, and there is a suggestion of a Super League, but they are linked. If the big
the small big picture was to actually to change the governance of the Premier League, investing in the EFL. Yes.
Yeah. So if the big picture can be adopted, or largely, maybe not all of it, but the majority of it, do you think that will placate the big 6, and they will then perhaps not be talking about a Super League?
I think there are different topics, and obviously there is a link, because if they can impact on the calendar and another decision, obviously they tend to have an interest for the top 6 income and club maybe to play in another European league. But I don't think there is something in the short term that could happen. Even internationally, there is a big debate between what is the plan for FIFA and other clubs in Europe. So I don't know, I don't follow that, but I'm concerned about the domestic market, what it matters for me. And I believe, as I said, that the union and the togetherness of the Premier League clubs is what they made the Premier League club the top league in the world. So we need to really be careful to change this balance.
Yeah, and Richard and I have been sort of involved in the Premier League since its inception, basically. 1992.
Yes.
I think first deal, 350 million?
Something like that.
Something like that. We're talking now billions.
Yes.
Is the league still a viable proposition? Is it still as attractive?
Well, I think football demand in terms of interest and fans is growing. It's not decreasing, it's actually growing. There is a lot of offer of content, but more and more demand. There is much more technology and devices and opportunity to consume information and watch content and entertain yourself. So I think the moment is good. What I'm concerned more is the distribution model maybe might have to change to catch new opportunity and to catch a new generation that tend to use less the traditional TV.
Are you talking Amazon, YouTube, things like that?
Yeah, but generally I think how to reach the audience has much more opportunity than work in a single way like before. And I would suggest that the leagues, the rights holder, including the Premier League, should have a customized, tailor-made solution in each market rather than a standard marketing action everywhere the same.
Is there a point that it can't earn any more?
Excuse me?
Is there a point where it won't be able to earn any more money?
Well, I don't know. I don't have the answer. I mean, obviously, the demand is there. The consumption power in some market is growing, some other not, but it's about how we reach and also offer in different packages the content, because not everybody can spend $50 a month for a pay TV subscription. So we need to maybe adapt in a more flexible way.
So change is coming, but it's evolution this time rather than revolution. But without doubt,
yes,
it will have
definitely.
to change.
Yes, it's more evolution than revolution. Yes.
So
Agree.
protect what you have,
Yes.
but also adapt to modern demand.
Absolutely, yes. That's the way to say.
And can the Premier League look after the pyramid in the way that the EFL would like it to?
But well, I think the EFL has other issues, in my opinion. I was just in that league for 2 years,
Yes.
for 3 years, so I know quite well. And I think the institution, the FA, the EFL, should look at the governance of these second, third, and fourth division. So Championship, League One, League Two, because maybe in Championship is much closer to the Premier League than to other leagues, and so the number of professional teams and the governance of this league should be revised, in my opinion.
Revised.
Yeah,
Do we
because
have too
I mean,
many-
a club like Leeds United or in Championship was making about 2 million of media rights, 2.5 million media rights with 600,000 people watching on Sky, while a club that ended the Premier League in like Huddersfield got 100 million, and the club in League One, League Two, and it's not far from Leeds United. So there is things that maybe should be reviewed, and maybe, in my opinion, less professional teams, because 72 teams is difficult.
I was going to say,
And
to you,
every year we see teams that they cannot make it.
do you think with the pandemic having an effect on football that we will see fewer than 72 league teams?
Unfortunately, we will. I think we will see some clubs having difficulties, because also there is a need of cash to maintain, particularly when the only income is attendance, is stadium, like in the Championship or other lower league. It's pretty much impossible to maintain the cost that we already contractualized.
Let's take you back to Leeds. Have you ever played murder ball?
No, never. I'm
You
too
know what
old.
it is, though?
I'm too old for it.
Have you watched it?
Maybe I need. Huh? Yeah,
You
I
watched
watched
it?
I watched it. Yes.
Murder ball is 11v11, no fouls, no free
Yes.
kicks, no offsides, just 20 minutes of intensive activity.
Yes, it's what Bielsa considered a good test to pick the 11. Yeah, so
Wow.
Only on Wednesdays, though.
I think it happened on Wednesday. Yes, on Wednesday.
Need some time to recover.
Yeah, exactly.
Whose idea was he?
I think Marelo Bielsa brought the idea of the
Yeah,
murder
not the
ball.
not the murder ball, but appointing Bielsa. It was left
yes,
field
yes.
when
No,
that
it was,
decision was made.
It was a discussion in the car between myself and Victor Horta after the first season I had at Leeds United, which was not really successful at all, and it was a difficult season. So I wanted to have a leader, a charismatic coach, to change the culture of the club. So we went for different names, and at the end, when Victor said, I think Marelo Bielsa would be amazing, but it's impossible. When somebody tells me it's impossible, then I want even more.
Really?
So I said, call him now, and then he didn't pick up, but he left me a message. the next day when he spoke to him, Marcelo Bielsa already watched like more than 10 games and knew already the players.
Really?
Yeah, incredible. That's the man he is. And then we flew to Buenos Aires, me and Victor, and we spent 10 hours in a room learning from him. And already he was already clear in his mind what to do and change in the training ground.
Had you met him before, Andrea?
First time.
Had you met him before? Did you know him prior
No,
to?
yeah, I knew as a coach like everybody.
No, but had you seen? I was just thinking, he doesn't look like a Premier League manager. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't look like.
How does he
if this
look?
man walked through the door,
How should look if Premier League
I
manager?
don't know.
Not like him.
I'm thinking, I think of Alex Ferguson or Wenger and Mourinho. They look. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not. It just looks like. It almost looks like a school teacher.
Yeah,
he should be
probably.
teaching in school.
Yeah,
He probably is. That's what he's doing at Leeds.
He's a teacher, actually.
Yeah, he's a teacher.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't. It doesn't fit the bill of a Premier League manager. And yet, here he is.
He is, I think, a Premier League manager. I think he's enjoying to be in the Premier League, and it took a challenge. I mean, after you have coached Argentina, Chile, and national teams, and then you come in second division championship in Leeds. I think he took the challenge to then aspire to become in Premier League, so he deserved it all.
And when you bought Leeds, did you know what you were purchasing? Did you understand how big and how different and how special that club is?
Well, this is a good question because I could never ever imagine how big is this club, and I'm still learning. I mean, now I know, I understand, especially when we celebrated our 100 years last year. We had all these legends coming to the event, and going through the history of this club. It was really fantastic, and I'm here to make this legacy back and live again glorious time at Leeds, and I think we are on the right way. Still a long way, but we are on the right
Well done
path.
you, and I say it without any embarrassment because we have time and again on air, Andy. It's great to have Leeds back. Leeds should be in the Premier League, minimum. Whatever happens after that, good luck to you because
Thank you.
they're a terrific club.
Have you given any thought at all? Have you ever let yourself drift to the fact that I wonder what it would be like to win the Premier League?
Not yet. I haven't thought about that yet.
Yes, you
I
have.
think
No.
I dream to take Leeds to Europe. That's
that's good.
But
That's a start.
I know that it's not now. He can come maybe after 5 years.
Why not now?
I think it's a bit too early. It's a bit too early, and I think everything come in the right time, and we should be ready for that.
But it's a strange year, wouldn't you agree? Football with the pandemic.
Yes, one step at a time.
Yeah.
But I hope we don't go Europe yet. We will not be ready then next year. I think gradually.
Everything.
It's the only thing that I'm trying to be wise and.
Yeah, but you want it, but you're trying to control yourself. Yeah, I get it. Andrea,
No,
listen.
what I want is to stay in Premier League. That's for sure.
Well,
Now-
that's certainty. You're not going anywhere.
I would have to agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Andrea,
have to agree.
thank you. Really
Thank
good
Thank
to
you.
talk.